my logistics regression analysis, factors that are associated with hypertension. My name is Mike Taylor, and this is a part of the assignment for HSC 770. This presentation summarizes a logistic regression analysis examining behavioral and psychological characteristics associated with hypertension. Hypertension continues to be one of the most significant contributors to preventable illness and death worldwide, and understanding the factors associated with its occurrence is essential for effective public health planning. This analysis evaluates three characteristics: smoking, obesity, and habitual snoring, to determine whether they are associated with increased odds of hypertension within a group adult dataset. Hypertension often develops gradually and without noticeable symptoms, making early identification of individuals at higher odds particularly important. Public health professionals routinely examine modifiable and psychological characteristics to determine which factors may signal elevated risk. This study focuses on three such characteristics: smoking, obesity, and snoring. The research question guiding the analysis asks whether these characteristics are associated with the odds of hypertension in a grouped data set of adults. By examining these factors together, the analysis provides insight into how combinations of behaviors and psychological traits may influence hypertension likelihood. Hypertension status served as the binary outcome variable, categorized as hypertensive or not hypertensive. There were three binary predictors which were included: smoking status, obesity status, and snoring status. Each predictor was coded as yes or no, allowing the logistics regression model to evaluate how each characteristic contributed to the odds of hypertension. Smoking represents a behavioral factor, obesity represents a psychological factor, and snoring represents a potential indicator of sleep-related breathing disturbances. Together, these variables allow the model to assess whether any of these characteristics meaningfully increase the odds of hypertension. The descriptive statistics revealed clear patterns across the 8 risk groups. Individuals with no smoking, no obesity, and no snoring had the lowest observed prevalence of hypertension at 8.3%. In contrast, individuals with both obesity and snoring had substantially higher prevalence, reaching nearly 30%. The highest prevalence occurred among individuals who smoked, were obese, and snored, with more than 1/3 of that group classified as hypertensive. One group contained only 2 individuals, making its observed prevalence unstable and unsuitable for interpretation. Overall, the descriptive results suggest that obesity and snoring are more strongly associated with hypertension prevalence than smoking alone. The full logistics regression model included smoking, obesity, and snoring. Smoking was not significantly associated with hypertension after adjustment for the other predictors, indicating that smoking did not meaningfully contribute to hypertension odds within this dataset. Obesity and snoring, however, were both statistically significant predictors. Obesity doubled the odds of hypertension, and snoring increased the odds by more than 2 times. These findings demonstrate that obesity and snoring are meaningful contributors to hypertension odds and warrant further attention in public health screening and prevention strategies. Because smoking was not significant in the full model, it was removed to create a more parsimonious reduced model. Removing non-significant predictors helps improve clarity and interpretability while maintaining model accuracy. This refinement allows the analysis to focus on the predictors that meaningfully contribute to hypertension odds without introducing unnecessary complexity. In the reduced model, obesity and snoring remain significant predictors. The odds ratio for obesity was 2.00, indicating that individuals with obesity had approximately twice the odds of hypertension compared with individuals without obesity. The odds ratio for snoring was 2.38, indicating substantially higher odds among individuals who reported habitual snoring. These values closely matched those in full model, demonstrating that removing smoking did not meaningfully change the associations. This consistency reinforces the conclusion that obesity and snoring are the primary contributors to hypertension odds in this dataset. A likelihood ratio test compared the full and reduced models. The test produced a non-significant p-value of 0.807, indicating that removing smoking did not worsen model fit. Because the reduced model explains the data just as effectively while using fewer predictors, it is preferred. This result supports the decision to remove smoking and highlights the value of model parsimony in statistical analysis. It is important to distinguish odds from risk. We do this when interpreting logistic regression results. An odds ratio of 2.00 does not mean that obesity doubles the risk of hypertension. Instead, it means that the odds of hypertension are approximately 2 times greater among individuals with obesity compared to those without obesity. Similarly, the odds ratio for snoring indicates substantially higher odds among individuals who snore. Misinterpreting odds ratios as risk can lead to inaccurate public health messaging and overestimation of effect size. Clear communication of this distinction is essential when presenting results to clinical or community audiences. Predicted probabilities provide a more intuitive way to communicate findings. Individuals with neither obesity nor snoring had a predicted probability of hypertension of 8.4%. Those with obesity alone had a probability of 15.5%. And those who snored but were not obese had a probability of 17.8%. Individuals with both obesity and snoring had the highest predicted probability at 30.3%. These probabilities illustrate how combinations of characteristics can meaningfully elevate hypertension likelihood and provide a clearer picture for non-technical audiences. These findings highlight characteristics that may be useful for screening and prevention. Studies like this help identify individuals who present with obesity or habitual snoring may benefit from earlier blood pressure checks, lifestyle counseling, or evaluation for sleep-related breathing disorders. In community settings, focusing resources on populations where these characteristics are common may improve early detection and prevention efforts. Using weight status and snoring history as simple screening questions may help clinicians and public health professionals identify individuals who are more likely to have hypertension or who may be at increased odds of developing it. I'd like to say thank you for watching this presentation. Below are the references. This study was conducted from Chapter 13 and Dalgard's Introductory Statistics with R. The preceding reference is for one of the images that I used. Again, thank you for your time.